Hello, my narcissistic abuse family. My topic today is about the extended family of a narcissistic unit. And if you were the black sheep, like I was, you were targeted relentlessly and endured horrible, dismissive treatment. Your self worth, self confidence was entirely stunted, if not completely obliterated, by these people. And as an adult, you might look back and wonder, why the heck did no one stick up for me? This is what I'm talking about. So, growing up in a twisted, dysfunctional, narcissistic family, I use that term loosely because it's inapplicable to these people, but basically, you just feel this ominous cloud on your shoulders all the time. Like, you just feel like shit because they very intentionally, very deliberately put that label on you. You are the problem, particularly, as I said, if you're the black sheep. So they do this because they want to push you down and elevate themselves. It's all they know, so they just keep doing the same thing. So if you are vilified, then they are victimized. They are the victim of you. They're martyrs for putting up with raising you, for dealing with you. And the most disgusting thing, I was just talking about this with my husband, is when you start to progress through your adolescence into your teenage years, your young life, you will be categorized into this stereotype of being an unruly or rebellious teenager. And that's absolutely what happened to me. You're scapegoated. You're just thrown into this category, and people don't contest it. People don't challenge it because they don't know that much of what's going on behind the scenes. So usually it's very believable because it's never the narcissist, because these people spend all of their time, attention, and energy into fortifying their flawless persona. So to the outside world, they have to appear like model parents, like the model couple, and this is why it's so easy for them to vilify you, to throw you into the rebellious teen or unruly child category, because they spent all of their efforts, all of their lives worried about their external reputation. So when you have an extended family that doesn't take up for you, that does not stick up for you, you start to feel like, gosh, I must be the problem, which is absolutely what happened to me. I started to believe their crap. Like, I must be bad. I must be a terrible person. I'm a terrible kid. I'm always unhappy. I always give them problems. Can't be them. It's got to be me, because that's all you know, and that's all you've been taught since your birth. You're taught that these people can do no wrong, and all of the fault resides in you. You're the problem, never the narcissist. So, as a child of a narcissist, you are subject to being dismissed, being essentially abandoned by your own family. This is why we have this pervasive feeling of being alone. And I know I'm not alone on this because I get a resounding response whenever I post something about this on Instagram. You guys are amazing. I love this community. We all validate each other. But it sucks, man. It's like nobody should feel like that, particularly from your own home, your own family, for goodness sake. But society doesn't want to acknowledge this toxicity, this silent form of abuse, because it's just unfathomable, honestly. So, back to the extended family not taking up for you. I do believe that a large part of it is that these people don't see anything wrong because the narcs have this elaborate external persona, and like they deal with people on a surface level, so they don't have deep connections with anyone, much less anyone in the extended family. So nobody really knows what's going on behind closed doors. The other element to it, I feel like, is that the extended family is equally disordered, dysfunctional, because most of the time with narcissistic abuse, it's a generational, cyclical thing. So your toxic parents came from toxic parents, and that's just their normal. And no one really sees it as being problematic because they've never done this type of assessment or stepped back to evaluate, the relationships within the family unit, whatever. So I do think that it's twofold. I think that a lot of the extended family is impervious to what's going on. They just don't know. And I think secondly, it's generational abuse. So I think a lot of these people come from this type of treatment, and it's just par for the course for them. It does not faze them. So it's such a gross letdown. It's the ultimate betrayal, really, from your own family. When your own mother and your own father aren't loving and nurturing and supporting you, these are basic human necessities. We all just take for granted that there's people out there in the world that don't have the capacity to provide these things for their children. And no, I don't believe that they are fit to be parents, but there's no regulation out there. There's no one that will challenge them. And again, narcissists put all of their energy and their time and attention into their fake front, their reputation, their false persona, and they do this to trick people. So their success, they do that. It's a terrible feeling, feeling like coming from a narcissistic home is a relentless feeling of being abandoned, and you're isolated, because another thing that narcissistic parents do is they isolate you, and they do not want you to have formidable relationships. If they see you getting close to a friend or a boyfriend, they love to sabotage it, which is what my narc mother always did. These people just come equipped with superficiality, and they're judgmental as hell, so they will employ these resources from their disorder to cut people down. So people in your life that you might start to get close to or have relationships with, they'll be like, oh, like they'll drop something here or there. They're like water seeping into cracks in the pavement, and then it just like marinates, and then it just freezes and explodes and rips everything apart. They succeed in sabotaging our relationships by doing this, because they're your mom or your dad, and this is all you know, this is where you come from, so they control you in this way. And as I said, the extended family fails you as well, which is such a gross disappointment. It's just you're disappointed over and over and over again. You're like, why it must be me. So we take it on ourselves. This is what they want us to believe. This is what we're led to believe. So it sucks. It's sad. It's just really hard. And since I have gone no contact with the toxic duo, and I am no contact with the golden boy as well, I don't have much contact with the extended family. Minimal, if any at all, because nobody communicates, nobody talks with each other. So I do believe that this is just part of the whole disorder. It's the whole dysfunction. Everyone, it's like no one is spared. If you have someone in your family that you were able to have a close relationship with, that was able to step in and be a maternal or paternal figure for you, thank God. That's amazing. You know, I don't have that, unfortunately, and I know a lot of us don't have that. So if you do have that, hold on tight to those people. They're awesome. So that's all I wanted to get out there in this video today. God bless you all. We're bumped and we're bruised, but more than anything, we are blessed. We've spent our entire lives fending for ourselves, and now we're fighting each other, and this whole community is such a blessing. I'm so grateful for every one of you. I love you all. I'll be back with another video soon. See ya.